Hello, hello, everyone. So, some breath work is in order. The Spirit had me as I was waking up, feel to practice some breath work. So I just want to give that opportunity for anybody who feels called to that with me. If you're feeling called to a little breath work, let's begin. I'm just doing a fire breath, and the fire breath is excellent for strengthening the diaphragm, strengthening the core. Um, it's excellent for clearing the energy, the auric field, moving the blood, bringing oxygen to the brain. And it's just a great way to ground, to center yourself in, and to feel strong again. Something's mentioning to me, I felt to also share. Just let's do this first. So go ahead and take a deep breath in. If you want to know a little bit more about some guided meditations or have a 5-minute meditation and want to dive deeper into meditation, go back and look at some of the YouTube videos. I think the last one actually, video 29 or 30, and there's an in-depth explanation and guiding of meditation. But let's do a little bit of that and then go into breath work. So take a deep breath in and then exhale, relax your shoulders, roll them back. And if you need a few more of those, go ahead and take that again. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling out the mouth. And feel free, my friend, as many of those as you need. Please take and receive. And we're going to begin the fire breath. So, fire breath is pulling in the diaphragm, the belly, um, in and up under the ribs. So, into the spine and up the ribs. So, it's right, this motion. But I was just holding my breath right now. So, we're breathing out of the nose, like we're blowing our nose. There's a slight inhale that happens just naturally with this kind of breath. And we're cleaning the brain, we're cleaning the nostrils, we're cleaning our blood, we're cleaning everything when we do this breath. It can be fatiguing at first when you do it if you're not used to having a stronger core or doing any core work. So um, we're going to do it a lot, and you might start to feel tired, and your breath might just start to slow down, and that's okay. Just keep going. And then we'll take a breath. We'll take a break with breathing everything out and taking a big breath in. And then exhale, relax, and come back to what I call the breath of ease. And the breath of ease is just that natural breathing pattern that you're not forcing, that you're not trying. It just happens. And that's the God breath, the breath that is moving all life. Okay? So here we go. Begin that breath of fire. Take a deep breath in and begin. Holding for a few seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Breath of ease, natural breath. And so you could always look up on YouTube Breath of Fire and find many wonderful people who took the time to record for us and show us how to do it. I got a bunch of layers on right now, so you can't really see, but it feels good. I want to note that you may feel, or you probably will feel, very lightheaded when you do this breath. And it's not like a fainting, like you're about to faint lightheaded. It's more like a natural high. And that's part of the reason why people love this breath, because this kind of breath can take you into almost like even a psychedelic experience without taking any medicines or any herbs or any drugs, right? Which is so amazing that we can activate our body in that way. You may get visions, but that's on the extreme end. For most of us, we usually just experience the very beginning of it, which is just this lightheadedness. And that's the rush of oxygen going to the brain, clearing out all the toxins, and you're getting an endorphin release. You're going to feel a bit tranquil. You're going to feel at ease more and more as we do this. So let's continue to breathe. Take another deep breath in. Here we go. Squeeze. Oh, by the way, squeeze the mulabandha, or what I like to call the Holy Trinity for us women. That's the three holes below, the anus hole, the urine hole, and the vagina hole. But for men, you're also just squeezing all your holes as well. Squeeze like you're trying to prevent yourself from going to the bathroom. Some of us call that kegels for women as well. But squeeze and hold everything below. That's your root, right? At the bottom of the tree, you look at yourself like a tree. That's the root. And you're grounding yourself. You're holding everything strong and firm there. That's going to tighten your core a bit more and give you the strength to really support you in this breath. The rest of our body, this is the trunk, and this in our hair, right, is the leaves, the branches, and all that. And our fruit is the beautiful smile. That's why I was like, smile, smile through it. So this is your fruit. Okay, so here we go. Sorry to interrupt. Begin. Let it all out. Breathe in. Hold at the top for 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Breath of ease. And so we're going to go for a few more rounds of that before we begin our prayer. Something just told me to mention this, to bring this in and more exercise. This part of this is actually part of yoga, but it's the branch of yoga that is called pranayama. Pranayama. And pranayama is all breath work stuff. And it's really cool because just through breath work, it could take us to enlightened places within and in our experience. Um, but it also could, it's just great, again, to heal and clean the blood. Heal the blood, clean the mind. I just heard Spirit say, clean the mind. If you're feeling like your mind is clogged, fuzzy, breath work will really help you. It's a quick way to really clean the brain. Here we go again. I felt to do 2 more reps, okay? So here we go. And breath in. let it all out. Breathe in, hold 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Breath of ease. So by now, I'm sure that your diaphragm, your belly, you could be cramping a little bit. That's okay. Or your diaphragm is probably feeling tight. You're feeling a little fatigue, almost like you've been doing crutches, crunches. So that's okay. That's good. That's a good sign. That means you're strengthening our core, our solar plexus. We're strengthening the center of our being. And that's what we want, that inner strength, so we can easily cultivate and maintain that ease. Okay, so here we go again. Deep breath in, last breath. You got it. You got it. You got it. Keep going if you can push it. Take a deep breath in. Hold that breath. Release the breath. Going for a bit of a meditation, allowing that breath of ease, just observing and watching the breath now. Rest your palms on your thighs, palms facing up to the sky. Maybe you do your Anjali Mudra prayer hands. Let's close out this pranayama practice. And namaste, my friends. Namaste. So that felt great. That felt great for me. I don't know about you, but that felt great to me. I could feel the blood moving. I could feel tingling in my body. Definitely feel a little bit tired here. My belly wasn't moving as strong. I'm still cultivating that strength. But I did a good job. We did a good job. I feel like almost a little bit like as if I went running where the blood's moving a little bit. That feels good. I feel to keep doing this. I would do it all day if I can, but with the core, it could be a bit tired at times. Um, but you got this, and we could do this together. And if anytime you would like a private or a group, guided meditation session with me, or breathwork session, or a sound bath, or just prayer, just hit me up, let me know, and I'm so happy to guide you through that. Okay, so let's start our prayer. I'm gonna pause the music for a second. And I just want to say namaste. And so with yoga, um, yoga means union. Namaste means the light and the love, the God source that's in me, honors and sees and recognizes the light and the love and the God source in you. So I added a few more words to that, but essentially that's what it is. It's just namaste is just a recognition, a way to um, share with each other, hey, I recognize who we are. We are stars, right? It's that way of saying that. So I just want to give thanks and praise. And I'm calling in Krishna today. Even Buddha, I feel to say Buddha. Um, but of course, Jesus, always calling Jesus Mayan. And the divine feminine energies too. Oshun and well, I just heard Arumala, which is the Orisha African name for basically Godhead, the God source, creator of all, and the God over all the other um, African deities, and Mary, the divine feminines as well. Um, but yeah, so I feel to call in Krishna. So, and I just heard Buddha as well. Um, just want to give thanks. I just want to say thank you, Yahweh, Yahweh, the creator of all things. Just thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for another beautiful day. Thank you for providing for us. Oh, and I made this wonderful tea this morning, which is exactly what I need. And I thank you so much for this beautiful and wonderful tea I made for me and my son and I. Um, cheers. Mm, mhm. Thank you so much. If you're wanting to know what this in this tea, hit me up. I'll give you the magic throat elixir that this is. And it's a nervous system cleanser and healer and ease maker. Anyways, so thank you so much, Spirit. Thank you so much for this tea. Thank you for providing for us. Thank you for providing for me through this tea. And namaste to the tea as well. Because again, I recognize the God source in me, the God source in my tea, the God source in this air, the God source in all things. And namaste to all things. We are beautiful beings. And just thank you so much for another wonderful day, for providing for us, Yahweh. Thank you for allowing us to wake up today, another day, and pray. Thank you for the roofs of our heads, the food that we get to enjoy, and the nourishment, the family, the friends, the community. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Many moments and every day that we get to listen. I just heard Spirit say, listen. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for our good health and for whatever it is that we're healing as well, and for helping us and guiding us along the path to listen to our bodies, listen to our spirit, and listen to your guidance on how to heal ourselves, essentially being our own doctors and cultivating our inner wealth. I also feel to mention my mom. Uh, she's um, struggled with some health issues for a long time. And she's basically at the point where she was given ultimatum between radiation or let herself naturally phase out into death. And so she decided to go the natural way and call upon um, my expertise, which is detoxification, like a real cleanse, a deep dive cleanse with herbs and fruit, natural medicines. And she consulted her doctor on that to get an approval and see how they felt about it. And he was on board. He said, yes, do that. I prefer you do that over radiation. So we're on that journey. She's on day 3. And I'm really happy for her because she's made it through the first 3 difficult days. And she had a lot of fear before this. And because of pain, she was fearful that it would be painful. She's never done it before. She knew it would be a lot of hard work. Um, but she was fearful of the purging process, what might happen as as her body releases all the toxins, not just physically, but also emotionally, spiritually, energetically. And she's made it through. I'm going to be visiting her today and help her um, move some more things out. But I feel to mention about healing ourselves. And I'm so proud of her because she's gone on this journey of slowly but surely, as have I, learning how to be our own doctor, reversing her curses, so to speak, right? Reversing all the illness that she put upon herself, or maybe that was put upon her in some way. Reversing her addictions. For her, it's nicotine. Sugar is the big one. So we're tackling that sugar addiction right now first, and nicotine next. Um, and I too have had these addictions, you know. We all, I think, have sugar addiction in some way, but some more than others. Has been in such an extreme way where she's, she's in her early 50s now, but in her late 40s, she's lost all her teeth and had to get a full set of dentures, because of that sugar addiction. And so it's really, been taken over her life in some ways. And now death is trying to knock at the door. And she's saying, hey, not today, not today, Satan, So she's decided to trust. And it's a powerful moment in our relationship too, as mother and daughter. She's decided to trust me and trust the natural way, trust the process, and trust life. And I give thanks just for that in Jesus' name. So for any of the prayer warriors who are watching this today, I thank you so much for your attendance, for your attention, for you joining the prayer circle, for you sharing the prayer and however you have. And I just ask for your prayer for my mom along her healing journey. This is going to be a 3-month detoxification journey for her. And we're just taking it day by day. And I'm really excited for her. I'm really, really excited for her and happy for her. And we both intuitively feel like she's going to be okay, like she's going to make it through. And the Holy Spirit's making us feel like she's going to live to tell the tale and to be an example to others how also to heal themselves and be able to teach others this way. It's actually even sparking her interest in becoming also a certified detoxification specialist. I'm certified and I was certified by Dr. Robert Morse. He's based out of Florida. And I learned so much years ago about detoxification, but not knowing that it was something I was studying at the time. I was studying it, not knowing that was actually what I've been doing since I was 8 years old. I've been doing detoxes almost every year since I was 8 years old when I ran track. And a coach of mine would guide me and a few teammates through that process. And I, at the time, didn't really think much about it. I always just thought, oh, we just do what coach says. And we were taken to a naturopath, and they would do a little bit of iridology, and use this machine to look at our eyes and be able to tell from the iris what's going on inside of our bodies. And the doctor would say, hey, this girl, she has this going on with her right knee, this going on with the left knee, this and that in the body. And I would be so amazed, like, how does he even know? How does he know what's going on with me? Yeah, I did have a knee pain or whatever. And I didn't even tell him. I was so shocked as a kid. And then he would tell my coach, okay, go get them these herbs, have them do this. And we would every year do like a 7-day detox and do a colon, a liver, and gallbladder cleanse. Um, and we would also drink 8 ounces of olive oil on that gallbladder and liver cleanse to get those gall stones out, and with some lemon or orange juice or something, and grapefruit and whatnot, and before bed. So that always worked. And the next week we would feel amazing, feel lighter, and we would run faster too. So not knowing that's what I was doing all the time was detoxification, real cleanses. And then, for a while, I lost touch with that. Maybe about, I'm say, 5 years or so. I 5 to 5, the 7 years I lost touch with that, and then got started having a natural curiosity about it. And when I started learning how to change my diet, heal my diet, um, and when I started getting into yoga and whatnot, and I started looking into health and experimenting with food and all this stuff, and then detox came on my path. I found Dr. Robert Morse, decided to get certified. And as I was studying, I was like, oh, I recognize this process. That's what I've been doing all this time. So, anyways, I feel to say, if you feel to go through a real detox, it's something that you would do minimum once a year, um, especially for your maintenance. But if anyone is new to the process, you want to do this about 2 to 3, 4 times a year, about once a season, um, or minimum, right? A couple times a year for the first 3 to 5 years, if you're very, very, very new to this. Um, but hit me up, let me know, and I'll be happy to give you consultations or anything, um, to see about setting up a detox protocol for you and guiding you and being your coach through that process. So I just feel to say another prayer. I want to say, Spirit guides, angels, ancestors, and guardians of the highest love and light. I just thank you. I thank you so much for the education that you've brought me all this time, mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, financially, creatively, in all kinds of ways. You've supported for me, and I didn't even know. You guided me through the education that I needed to take care of myself from the inside out. All this time when I tried to force my way, you redirected me and protected me. And I found frustration for a minute, not knowing where I was going. But you knew all along, all the way with your bird's eye view, you knew. And I'm so glad that I kept the faith. I'm so glad that I trusted the way, that I learned to just go with your flow and surrender to your flow. And in the end, I ended up getting exactly what I needed. And I'm so happy and I feel so grateful. I feel so grateful, my friends, angels of the highest level. I feel so grateful that now I can share that information. I could practice that information, with others. And there's still so much more to learn. And so I just thank you so much. Um, and there's still so much more to learn. And I thank you. I thank you. I thank you. And I just want to pray for our family, to all of our family, and your family, prayer warriors. I pray for your family. I pray that our families, really, please bless them and be with them, angels, um, along their health journeys as they become their own doctors too. Um, be with them on their health journeys. Um, help them be kind to themselves along the way. That's something I did not do, and I wish I had somebody to guide me through that part. But help them understand at first how to be kind to themselves along the way, um, as they're learning, as they're going through the trial and error and learning their bodies and learning the language of their bodies and learning how to feed their bodies and nourish their bodies and strengthen their bodies and maintain their health and cultivating that inner wealth. Just please be with them and help them be kind to themselves. Help them to smile. Help them to smile along the way so much. Oh my gosh, in Jesus Christ's name, help them to smile. Krishna, Buddha, Buddha, big Buddha smile. And all the moments in their lives, help them to smile big and understand this is thrive. This is thrive. Help them feel so alive and really fall in love with health, with that inner wealth, with the process and the maintenance of taking care of oneself. This body, this first gift that you've given our spirits to have, this house that holds us. I thank you so much for it. I thank you so much to every single cell of this body, to every cell of this body. I thank you, my sweet, precious, beautiful, amazing, radiant, and loving cells. Every single one of you are so precious and beautiful. And I ask for your forgiveness wherever it is I need, wherever it is that I have not understood you, have not listened to you. And I thank you so much for your dedication. Regardless of what I do, you still do your best to heal, to heal, to heal me. no matter where I am. You meet me where I'm at and you heal from there. Dedicated, just a dedicated and loyal friend. This body is every single cell till the end. Always, always, always. I thank you. I thank you. And thank you for teaching me and helping me know how to best support you to make your job easier to this body and every cell, um, so that it's not so hard on you and so that together we thrive even more. Thank you to every cell of this body, every cell of this, every cell of this body. You're so beautiful. You're so kind. You're so sweet. You're so powerful. You're so strong. You're so healthy. And so it is, and so it is, and has been for me. And so it is for you, my friend. And I pray for your ease, for our peace, and the quality of life to always, always, always improve and increase. And so that is as well. And I thank you so much for our good and excellent health. It seems like this prayer circle day is about health and wealth, but the wealth that comes from within, and then it radiates outside. And you can even see it through your skin, right? Like skin is the biggest organ on the body, and it's a huge indicator on what's going on inside. It really lets you know what's going on inside the body. But, don't be fooled. Some people's skin, is something else going on there too. So it could show some false things. But I feel like skin and energy really can let you know. And then also signs on the outside of the body can let you know too, like, weight, stuff like that, muscle tone, the color of skin, the color of tongue. There's so many things like that, right? The color of the eyes that can really show us if we're really thriving inside. And no one's perfect. I'm not perfect on this journey. I haven't been perfect on this journey. It's been a lot of trial and error, but I've gotten better and better and better. And I feel better and better and better and better. And it feels great. I sleep well. For the most part, I sleep really good. I feel good. I have a lot of energy. I do so much. And I'm sure a lot of people are always like, how does she do all that all the time? Because I meditate regularly. I practice yoga regularly. I run. I started running again, anyways. Spirit was telling me my body's ready for the yang exercise, where yoga was a lot of yin, a lot of relaxed exercise. And now my body's ready for muscle tone again. So I'm in the process of building muscle and cardio, doing more cardio. Um, and it's time to just build strength. I'm building physical strength of the body now. I built mental strength for such a long time. I built inner strength, a strong willpower, strong discipline for such a long time, and a spiritual strength. I'm such a prayer warrior, such a powerful spiritual being of benevolence, benevolence and sovereignty and grace and love and kindness and joy and happiness and authenticity. And so now I'm building the physical strength the toning, um, and because there's so much more I want us to do, right? I love to climb trees and I love to hike. I hike often. Love to hike, love to climb trees. And there's so much more I want to do in nature that requires you to be strong. I just want to play in nature and have a lot of fun. Those who know me, if I'm missing in action, I'm usually teaching a class, taking a class with my kids, my loved ones, or most of the time in the forest, the beach, or the jungle. You can always find me in those areas. Um, I feel to say friendship. So friendship's coming up. I feel like Spirit's wanting you to cultivate a friendship with nature and not just walking out in nature, but really taking time to appreciate and look at nature as your friend. Look at and it's weird to me to say like nature as if nature is separate from society, but in a way, it's like we created that illusion. We built these buildings, these structures, these homes, and it's great for a certain way that we need to function in the way society is now in this system. But at the same time, the sacrifice was so much nature needed to be cut down in order to make space for us to be comfortable in the way that we want to be comfortable rather than comfortable in the way we just need. And so there's so much sacrifice in that for these comforts. So to even just give appreciation every day to nature is goes a long way to the inner wealth, inner cultivating of wealth, and for our mental, emotional, physical, spiritual, financial, and creative health. Um, it really goes a long way. Gratitude is that attitude, as my brother said the other day on Instagram. I loved it. He said, uh, gratitude and authenticity is the cheat code, y'all. And it's so true. It really is the cheat code. But love is definitely the key code. Um, but nature, I feel like if we can find a relationship and a friendship with her, then we'll learn how to who we are a little bit more. Well, we can understand who we are a bit more. Um, Also, we can tap into the magical capabilities of healing that nature uh, tends to give. It's weird because, like I said, to say nature as if it's separate from society, really, all the buildings that have been built in place of those trees in that area that was knocked down, it was built on land. So it's still nature. But where the buildings are, where the houses are, we're still in nature. And I remember I had a meditation experience one time, and I was looking out over these mountains, and Spirit changed my perception for a second and helped me see. At first, when I was looking out over these mountains, the buildings and the houses were standing out more to me, and the trees secondary. And Spirit changed my perception and helped me perceived the trees stood out more to me and the houses were secondary. And the houses started looking like a bunch of uh, huts and just little houses, little houses, huts and stuff, little caves. And Spirit was telling me, we, human race, think and have built things and put nature, like, on the street, when you're walking on the street, there's like trees along the sidewalk, or maybe in the middle of the road, there's, for the direction that traffic's going, in the middle of the road, there's a piece to separate the sides, and there's plants in the middle, or in front of the grocery store, there's maybe plants to decorate, right? And Spirit said, you all arranged where, in a way, like saying, oh, nature, you can come live with us. Here's where you can be with us. And she really, the Spirit really changed my perception and helped me see the truth and said, no, 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 no. You guys got it wrong. You're living with us. You're living in nature, not the other way around. Nature is not living with you. You are living in nature. So respect where it's due. And when I heard that in my meditation, I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. It really changed my perception and helped me understand just because these buildings are here, we still are on land. We still are on land. And being on land, we are in what once was a forest. It looked like a forest or a jungle or whatever, right? We still are on land. We still are in nature. So everywhere we go, if we can bow our head to the earth, to the ground, that's beautiful. If you can get your feet on some fresh grass, that's even more wonderful. If you can get yourself next to plants and flowers, that's even more beautiful. And if we can um, speak to these plants, and I just spirits just said animals too. The animals too, they are part of our nature. They're also our friends. So cultivating this relationship is a part of cultivating a relationship within. And so for those of us that are looking for that inner strength, and this is all intuitive messages, guys, I want to share with you. Anything I say in these prayer circles, literally Spirit's guiding me and saying, hey, mention this, mention this, mention this. So here I am mentioning it. And so I just want to say a prayer for that and just give thanks to the nature, our nature friends, the animals, and all the living beings that are not human, but of course the human too. Um, I just thank you. Thank you, Mama, Pachamama, Mother Earth, Gaia, all the many names that you have. I thank you so much for your nourishment, for nourishing us, for providing for us unconditionally, loving, consistently, Mama. You always provide for us. The salads that we eat, the meat that we even eat was provided for us uh, because you provided for them. You grew the grass that the cows or whatever meats that are eating, the animals are eating. You um, you provided the grass for them, the birds, you provided the seeds, you provided, whatever the chicken feed needs, So for those that are meat eaters, we're still provided for through Mother Nature in that way. Um, Thank you so much for your herbs, all of your herbs, Mama. Thank you so much for all of your herbs, all the medicines that you brought to us. So we can heal ourselves. There's so many that you have. It's amazing. Some that just grow in our backyard. We don't even know it, and some that are along the street. And they're in so many beautiful kind that we've yet to discover in different areas of the world. And I'm just so grateful and excited to discover and see and learn and commune and become friends with all of these different herbs. Um, Thank you so much. Thank you to the earth for providing for us. Again, even the meat that we eat, Mother Earth has provided that too, as she provided for the animals so they can grow and so we can enjoy and commune. Um, Thank you so much for, um, yes, I said herbs and the fruit and just all the nourishment, the water. Thank you so much, Mama, for the water. Thank you for the air. Thank you, Father Sky. Thank you so much. Thank you for everything that's been provided for us. All life giving, life giving. And it's just a continuous sacrifice. And that's what's so beautiful about it. It's continuous sacrifice. That's like how nature, if we take time to sit and just observe. When I go hiking, when I go, in nature, I sit in silence for a long time and I'll just observe and just listen and hear what nature wants to teach me. And I learn so much by watching the birds, the bugs, listening to the wind, um, playing with the trees. Just there's so much I learn. And I do this even not on psychedelics. Um, but though if you do have some psychedelics, it's a whole nother experience. You really see a lot. That's a beautiful, beautiful truth. But taking time to just meditate and meditation, not always just meaning to watch and observe you, the nature that is you and your breath, which is a great meditation. Again, you can find that in the video right before this, a guided meditation on that, but also doing the meditation of observing and witnessing the nature around you. Wow, 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 guys. I've just been mind blown at what I've learned and the relationship I've cultivated, the friendship, the connection, and the wisdom I've gained. And there's still so much because nature, I feel like in one lifetime, there's no way. There's no way. And if it's possible, Yahweh, please show me. I love it. I appreciate you. And I'm so in gratitude. Um, but to commune with every plant and every living being on this planet, that's interesting. So I just want to give thanks to every living thing on this planet, for Yahweh, for God, for the angels, just supporting us through nature unconditionally. No matter how bad we've even treated Mother Nature, she still treats us lovingly. We could have poo-pooed her, we took out her trees, her forests, her this or that, burned this, that, whatever. And man, if she does not rain and allow the earth to soak up the rain and nurse that, and then grow some more herbs to heal ourselves from what we've done, or heal ourselves from that. She she just helps her children rejuvenate. And it's just so. I just feel so grateful. I feel really grateful for that. Hey guys, Jackson, I'm on the I'm on a thing right now. Okay. So thank you. Um, Anyways, so respect. I feel like respect is what Mother Nature teaches us, how to respect ourselves and how to better respect each other. I feel like when we study nature, she really can teach us how to respect. And so take your time to do that. Studying Mother Nature has really taught me about self-love and how to do that more. Because I noticed that in order for nature to even supply anything, she supplies for herself first. She has to. Otherwise, how can she give birth? She has to supply for herself first. Otherwise, how can she give birth? So, but she doesn't do it in a greedy way. She does it in a way that is just enough of what she needs. She supplies herself generously, as much as she needs. She gives herself that nourishment with the intention of love, with the intention of giving back, right? So she takes to give back. She takes to build herself up so then she can give back even better and give the gift back even better, give the nourishment back even better. Hey, Baba. Oh, okay. You're okay. Okay. Thank you for feeding the dog. I appreciate you doing that. So, yeah, it's really beautiful and interesting. And even as I'm speaking about it right now, I've always thought about it, contemplated about it, meditated on it, but I never really spoke that out loud. So it's nice to process it in that way too, and really give thanks for her, and understand how to give ourselves love. You know, so it's okay to let go of the guilt or the shame or whatever it is or the shyness that you may feel or anyone may feel to to um, to take what you need, take what you need, so that you can create something, so that the body can create something, right, and create something even better than what you received, and give back something even better, right? Even bigger, better, more soul nourishing, gifting back to the universe. And the cycle goes on and just goes on and on and on, right? The cycle of life. The roots are supplied through the earth. It fills up the tree grows, it gives the fruit, and the fruit falls, and then go back to the earth again. And it's this boom, 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 boom. And it gives its own nourishment at some point. So it's almost like the universe is just like not almost like it is. The universe is self-nourished, is um, self-supplied, it's self uh, healed. It's in a way it eats itself, which is interesting. It's such an interesting cycle, and that's a phenomena I don't understand yet, but I can observe it and I see it. It's a part of life. And how do we apply that to our daily experience? I'm not really sure, but maybe it's uh, me eating the salad is me eating myself. Me eating, if you eat a meat, that's eating ourselves. You know, anything we consume, it's eating ourselves, basically. Which is so interesting to me, an interesting concept. Um, and so it's not necessarily a bad thing in that way, right? In that way, it's just eating life, supplying to life. And it's so interesting. Well, rising. So I just want to say a prayer, the last prayer that we're going into. And so it seems like today's prayer circle episode was about strength and cultivating that inner wealth, that inner strength, how to heal thyself and become our own doctors. And so we started with a little breath work, a little bit of meditation. Again, the video before this is a guided meditation to go deeper into that. And then we also have some prayer and acknowledgement and gratitude of every single cell of this body, every single being on this planet, every single plant and living thing on this planet that supports us in our health as well. And so I just give thanks, Creator of all things, for providing for us this information, this wisdom, and bringing the activations to those who need to have the perception and the understanding of these things. And may all just our hearts just be burst with so much joy and happiness as you've given me, with the realization of these things, and helping us cultivate the friendship with nature with our community, our plant and animal community, too, and helping us better understand um, how those matter too, and an acknowledgement and the communion with these are really, really important for cultivating our inner wealth and supporting our health. And I just thank you so much for Source. I just thank you to Source, the creator of all things. Thank you, thank you, thank you for supplying for me, supplying for me. Thank you. There's so many avenues, there's so many doors, there's so many ways. You always support us. In Jesus Christ's name, I pray, and to give thanks to all of the other cultures, ways of honoring and acknowledging love and light. I give thanks. And we did call them Buddha and Krishna earlier, the Orishas, Orumala, and a whole bunch. And I thank you so much, guys, our good friends. Thank you for being with us. Surround me and my family and friends and all my prayer warriors and my students, my clients, everybody we know with your heavenly white light of protection, helping everybody just let go. Whatever it is that no longer serves them today. In Jesus Christ's name, I pray. Amen. And Ashe. Okay, you have to also say shalom for anyone else who's listening who may be of that faith. And so you have a good day. I'm going to finish my tea. And also, too, if you happen to be local, every Tuesday, not only do I do the prayer circle, but then going into LA and Inglewood, I hold the free yoga there and meditation, guided meditation in person if you want to come down there near Leimert Park area. And then also free sound bath. So just let me know. And that's through a nonprofit called Building Futures Incorporated, and they offer it um, to the community. And then also, again, if you want any private sessions or anything like that, just let me know and hit me up. If you have any personal prayer that you want, any prayer you have for anyone, go ahead and email me at faithprayercircles@gmail.com. And I'll be sure to add your prayer into the prayer circles and call upon our other prayer warriors to add their prayer intention as well. And so I thank you so much. And I pray for you to have good health. Namaste.